Hey guys, today we have more toy reviews. This time I was out at Target and Walmart separately, and I found Battle Roar Evolved Godzilla, and I finally found Suko and Doug. This was the one I was really looking for. I mean, it's just so silly, and I really wanted these two. I was excited to find. I know these are kind of just like the goofy characters, the comic relief characters of the new MonsterVerse in Godzilla vs. Kong with Doug, and then Godzilla X Kong with Suko as they're bringing him in. I mean, Suko's, I guess, a little more of a serious character, but them together, signifying the team up of Godzilla and Kong, and then Doug being a younger Godzilla-like figure and Suko being a younger Kong figure. It's kind of like a counterpart, type theme. So I was really looking forward to this one. So we're gonna unbox these soon. And then this is just a Battle Roar Evolved Godzilla. This one I found at Walmart, this one I found at Target. This one I found at Walmart, but both Walmart and Target do have these lines. It's just you're gonna have to check both. If you can't find one at each, you gotta check both, and they'll probably have whatever Target will probably have whatever Walmart doesn't have, and Walmart will probably have whatever Target doesn't have. So if you're out shopping for these, make sure you just check both. I know they're elsewhere at some other stores, but those are the two main carriers of these toys. All right, so you guys know the drill. I'm gonna unbox these off camera, and then I'm gonna show you guys them to review. Okay, so here are the three figures: Doug, Suko, and Battle Roar Evolved Godzilla. I'll show you Battle Roar Evolved Godzilla first. He's pretty standard. He's basically just like the other Godzilla evolved from this line, and the giant one just a smaller version. And if you press in here, he's got two vocalizations. So that was the atomic breath, and then the next one just roars. So something they actually keep doing that I'm noticing is every figure uses the original Godzilla 2014 roar from those figures. It's the exact same vocalization. There's literally no difference to it, which I wish they would kind of change that up. I mean, occasionally they'll add in the third one, which was Godzilla running towards Ghidorah, that sound that he makes when he's running. But I mean, I kind of wish they would change it up a little bit and add more vocalization to these things. But what I really do like that they started doing is, I mean, I guess it's also since he's evolved and he has different proportions, but they've been modeling him to stand differently. So he's not just straight on like all the other figures. He's his legs are bent like that, and so he's got to stand with one foot back and one foot centered to stand up. So I like that they changed that instead of him just standing straight on. This doesn't have many points of articulation. It's mainly just the hands. You can move back and forth. The elbow spikes aren't too detailed on this guy, but it's a cheap little figure, so it's not gonna you can't expect it to be perfect. So articulation just in the feet, the tail, which moves a little bit. I just can't move it because I'm holding the phone with one hand. And then the arms and the mouth moves when you can move it on your own, but it opens when you press the side of it to make it vocalize. So here is Suko. He's small compared to Godzilla like that, obviously, because he's just like a baby version of whatever Scar King species is, the orangutan type version. He came with the little rock, which if you look in trailer 2, he does throw a rock at one of the apes in the gravity field. Unfortunately, though, this is pretty much just a plastic rock, and he can't even hold it. So they gave you the rock, but his hands, this guy's actually really articulated. And I will say right off the bat, he is very flimsy. So he knocks over. I could do that, and he knocks over. You got to be careful with him. I'm probably going to put tape on his feet when I actually put him on the display so he doesn't knock over. But his hands don't actually have anything to hold the rock. They're just two separate things. But, so, that's him. He's got a lot more articulation than the others, so you can move his hands, his forearms, his arms, basically in a 180, up and down, forward, back, and then the same with his feet, which makes it hard, a little harder for him to stand. Yeah, he's a very flimsy figure. And then here's Doug. So this is actually the first time we're seeing all of Doug, because if you remember in Godzilla vs. Kong, we only saw him for a second, and we didn't even see his whole body. I'm sure he's going to look a lot different than this. First of all, he was brown in the movie, and he's a darker color here. There's really not much detail to him. This isn't even that much of what he looks like in the movie. But either way, I just wanted this set of figures just because it's so goofy to have these two as figures. But it's really cool, and I'm definitely glad I found them. I wonder if his tail is actually going to look a little spiked like this in the movie. It does look very like almost crocodilian with these spikes here. But if you remember him in the movie, he had a lot more spike detail like coming out of his back, to where people were speculating that he's basically just a mini version of a Godzilla species, like a divergent species that's related, but they're on all fours. So he did have spikes sticking up back here, if you remember him from Godzilla vs. Kong. So I hope they keep him. I hope they keep him at least consistent, or I wonder if it's even gonna be the same Doug from Godzilla vs. Kong in Godzilla X Kong, or if it's just gonna be, another Doug, the same species, just another Doug, and not that particular one we saw in that scene. But yeah, this is the lineup of the three. Again, I got these at Walmart and Target, so if you want these guys, you're gonna have to switch between the two, but you can find them eventually. I've seen Battle Roar Godzilla at both, so you should have no problem finding him. It's mainly just Doug and Suko that you gotta look for a little bit. But that's gonna do it for this figure review. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will catch you later.